So let's begin with specs. The Moto G4 has a 5.5-inch Full HD display with a 13 megapixel 1080p video recording camera. Also has 2 gigabytes of RAM, Snapdragon 617 64-bit chip, a 3000 milliamp hour battery, and Android 6.0.1 Marshmallow. Now on the Apple side of things, we're going to have ourselves a 4-inch Retina display that comes in at 1136 by 640, a little bit under 720p, an 8 megapixel 1080p camera, and 1 gigabyte of RAM with an Apple A7 64-bit chip, 1560 milliamp hour battery, and iOS 9.3.2 upgradable to iOS 10. So let's boot these guys up now. So getting into the boot up section, we're going to see which guy boots up quicker here, or which gal, whatever you want to call it. My guess is going to be the 5S, as the Apple logo is showing first here already on the iPhone 5S. And the Moto does add a little bit of a, annoying extra animations in the lock screen. It might be your thing, it might not, but it's just not my thing. But we're going to see which one boots up quicker here in real time. And like I say, my guess is the Apple iPhone 5S, as it's been shown to boot up pretty quickly, and the SE just is ridiculously fast. But this is the iPhone 5S we're talking about here. But let's see which one gets there really quickly here. And it looks like the 5S, but whoa, the Motorola was only a hair behind. So before we decide to proceed any further, let's check the software versions on each of these devices. So beginning with the Moto G4, I'm going to scroll down to About Phone, and within this section I'm going to find that I am running, let's see, Android version 6.0.1 Marshmallow, as we confirmed earlier, but this is the confirmation just to show you. Stock vanilla Android with a few Moto enhancements. Over here on the iPhone 5S, we know if we watch the channel that I haven't been running the betas. I run the official iOS 9.3.2 13F69. We will be doing iOS 10 stuff once the official drops. I don't really like messing with betas, but you can see they are both on official latest and greatest Google and iOS software, and you can see that in terms of the general user interface, they pretty much go through things similarly. There's no lag on either of these when it comes to scrolling down notifications, just navigating the general user interface here. As you can see, there was a little bit of a hiccup there on the 5S, but that happens from time to time. You can see in the multitasking. Let's close this stuff out now, and let's get into the app switching test. So before we proceed into the app switching test, I just want to show you that I do have the animation set to 1x, so you don't think that I'm trying to rig this test and make it look like the Moto G4 is faster, trying to sell you or something like that. All I'm trying to do here is show you the real world performance between the two. So let's go ahead and just pull those apps out of the way, and let's begin with Calendar. So Calendar, look like the 5S by a mile there. Let's go on the clock. That was about even. Let's come back out. Let's go into Calculator. Let's come back out. Let's go into Settings on both devices, and that looked about dead even as well. Let's go into Camera, and that looked like the 5S by just a hair. Now let's just take a couple of quick snaps here to see which one fires a picture off first. Looks like the 5S opens the camera and fires pictures quicker. So the camera is going to be a better experience on the iPhone 5S. Going into YouTube, I might have, tap the Moto a little bit quicker there, but it's still about even here. You could see, let me go ahead and turn off notifications here, go into my videos and see which one plays the videos first here on the channel. So let's go ahead and go back in there, my videos, really quickly, and let's go to the latest one. Should I upgrade from an S4 to a Moto G4? And it looks like the Moto went right in, but the iPhone 5S went to an advertisement. But you can see it's pretty close nonetheless. Let's go into a Pi Geek here and see what happens here. So it looks like the Moto G4 loaded that up, and that might be optimization from the application itself, but it did load it quicker. Let's go into an article. And you can see the 5S loaded the article just a bit quicker there. So let's head into the respective browsers. Let's go into Chrome and Safari and see which one loads websites quicker on the same Wi-Fi network. So let me go to cnet.com here on the Moto G4 and cnet.com here on the iPhone 5S, and let's hit go. And oh, that wasn't fair. I just tapped the period on the Moto G4. Let's try something else. Let's go to yahoo.com here, and let's see what happens in terms of the browsing on yahoo.com. Oh, come on. So let's go to yahoo.com before that loads up. And let's hit go at the same time. And there we go. Looks like the Moto G4. Nope, iPhone won that by maybe a millisecond. But you can see on the Moto G4, you do have fast scrolling as typical per all Androids, and you have smooth scrolling here on the iPhone 5S. I prefer the fast scrolling because I like to, get through the content, but, it's more physically pleasing to the eyeball on the scrolling with the iPhone. But let's get into Amazon here, and you can see that Amazon does load up nice and quickly. A little bit choppy there on the Moto G4, but not that bad, and the iPhone was smooth as butter. So let's go into eBay here, and you can see about the same there on eBay, different user interfaces, but about the same. So let's go into the Instagram. You go ahead and follow me if you guys want to check out like little short clips of videos. I kind of been doing those lately where you can kind of see if you want to go check out the latest video. So go follow me on Instagram. I also got Twitter. You could check me out there, and that I'll leave that down below in the description. But you could see Instagram loaded about the same and Twitter loaded about the same here on both devices. Let's go into speed test, and I am going to test one device first this time. Thank you for pointing that out. And let's go to the left, and you could see, let's start with the Moto G4 here, and let's see what happens here. I've been averaging anywhere from 16 to 20 megabits down on the Moto G4, and in terms of the upload, it's been a pretty similar fare, anywhere from 12 to 15 megabytes per second upload on the Moto G4. Although I don't know how many times you're going to really use the upload. The Moto G4 has pretty standard average Wi-Fi speeds, not the greatest I've ever seen. But let's try the iPhone 5S. Being a 3-year-old phone, this probably has similar technology on the iPhone 5S, but you can see 16.72 on the download for Moto G4 and 12.73 on the up. So let's go check out the speed test over here on the iPhone 5S, and you can see it's hanging right around a similar benchmark. You could see right there about 14 megabits per second here on the speed test coming in on the down. Let's see what you can do, iPhone. Are you gonna lose to the Moto G4? Making the Moto G4 fans happy, I guess you may. You just lost on the download. So the iPhone 5S just lost on the download. Let's check out the upload here. And it looks like we're getting about 12.211. Oh, we might actually lose on the upload here for the iPhone 5S. And these are connected to the same Wi-Fi network. I'm not going to show you my Wi-Fi network, but you could trust me. So you could see right there, upload 12.73. It was just a total win here for the Moto G4. Now let's come back out here and let's finish up this test. Let's go into Viber here, and you can see Viber did open well ahead of the iPhone 5S here on the Moto G4. What about the Play Store and the App Store? So about dead even on both stores. So that's nice stuff to see right there on both devices. Let's go into a couple of games. Temple Run first, and let's see which gets there first. And it's loading about the same time. Now I did tap a little bit repeatedly and didn't give the Moto G4 a fair chance, but I would say that was about dead even in terms of that game. Let's go into Stack now. I did not download graphic intensive games, that would have took all day, but you could see Catch Up right here. Labs is a little addictive game here, Stack. But you can see it looks like they're once again about even loading up here on the games, and that, you know, goes to show that the iPhone 5S has pretty much held this ground, and it's now right in line with the top mid-range phones of 2016, and it's been a great device for gaming over the years here. So let's cap this video off by showing off the multitask. You can see both fly through their multitasking interfaces respectively well. So on the Moto G4 it goes up and down, on the iPhone it goes right to left. I would say that the Moto G4 probably feels just a bit smoother on the multitasking than the iPhone 5S, but the iPhone 5S does hold apps, as you can see right here in the background, better. So better RAM management here on the 5S. You see the calculator had to reload there on the Moto G4. Now some might say that, oh well, iOS holds a picture in the background, it's not really open if you try to tap something. Well, I didn't really notice that too much there for my 5S, so I would say multitasking is probably a go on the iPhone 5S and the Moto G4. But the Moto G4 does have a great advantage over the iPhone 5S, and that's expandable storage here. So you can see you can insert up to 123. We just pulled its panties down just a little bit there, and I'm not going to show you the whole back there, but basically it's pretty decent. On the iPhone 5S, you know, it's just internal storage. So what are my overall take? If I have to choose a winner here, I know it's going to be the Moto G4. And why? I'm going to tell you why. Because it's just as smooth as the iPhone 5S. I think the camera on the iPhone 5S here is a bit better than the Moto G4, but the display is on par with the iPhone. It's got a warm temperature, accurate colors, great viewing angles, just like an iPhone. And I just think it offers more value for the money here in 2016. If you guys enjoyed it, please click the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel for more technology like this, and I will catch you all in the next episode. Be sure to be well and peace.